repeating that late scratching, Van Bennekom out at 3:24 p.m. by order of stewards. As runners are coming forward, No Risque is locked away. Gallic Wonder will be the next runner to move up. On track, No Risque, $3.80 out to $5, back into $4. Heads the on-course market. Diamond Player, $4, has eased out $4.40, $4.60, currently showing $4.80 on track. So it's between the 4 and the 8 in the on-course market, $3.60 in the tote market for No Risque. It's the top pick, $5.30 for Diamond Player. And then around $9 for Macho, $7.70 for Red Excitement, the other runners under the double figures. Now Macho to come forward. Red Excitement, Flaming Star, Risky Blonde, Carried Away, and also Don't Cross Mary. The other runners still behind the line, so 4 to 5 runners to come forward as the number 13, Macho, is brought forward. Richard Bensley for Nick Olive. Now 4 runners to move up. Flaming Star with Risky Blonde, Carried Away, and Don't Cross Mary. Flaming Star looks to have moved in. Risky Blonde will be the next runner to come forward. Last couple now to come up. Carried Away and also Don't Cross Mary. No Risque, $3.70 now on track, so shorter than what it opened up at. $3.80, got out to $5, back into $3.70. It's $3.10 in the tote betting as the runners look to be set. The 2-year-olds over the 1,000. The signal is through. The light's gone to red. They're set, away and racing. Gallic Wonder was slow out, but they did leave in a reasonable line. Risky Blonde, one of the first to go forward with Carried Away. Diamond Player further out there with Beautiful Danny, also Lure and No Risque about 6 on the fence, 3 off the leaders. Gallic Wonder will settle midfield. Macho on its outside, followed by Red Excitement. Back towards second last is Don't Cross Mary, and Flaming Star back to the tail will be the last. The 2-year-olds head inside the 500-metre point, and it's Risky Blonde showing the way. Diamond Player 3 off the fence, followed by Carried Away. No Risque fourth the rails, then Beautiful Danny wider out on the track. Gallic Wonder midfield pocketed away in on the rails as they straighten up inside the 400. It's going to be Risky Blonde joined by Diamond Player. Beautiful Danny down the outside. No Risque on the rails is struggling inside the 200. It's going to be Risky Blonde and Diamond Player. Here comes Beautiful Danny. Flaming Stars finishing on in on the fence. It's Risky Blonde down the outside. Red Excitement. Red Excitement takes it a length. Diamond Player will get second. Risky Blonde, then came Flaming Star. Beautiful Danny. Macho was next. No Risque. Then Don't Cross Mary. Lura one of the next over the line. Gallic Wonder and Carried Away was the last. Number 6, Red Excitement down the outside of the field at $7.20 and $2.20. From the 8, Diamond Player, $2.20, and the 11, Risky Blonde, $3.20. 6, 8, and 11. 6, 8, and 11. In race number 4 on the card, the Winning Edge Presentations, Lightning Ridge, 2-year-old plate. Red Excitement, $7 out to $7.50 on track. Will return $7.20 and $2.20 on the Super Tab market. The 8, Diamond Player, $2.20 second, and the 11, Risky Blonde, $3.20. Fourth over the line is the 2, Flaming Star. As the numbers are being semaphored, 5th past the post, the 7, Beautiful Danny.
Obviously, he was on the worst part of the track first up, Neville, but you put the old Marvel on him. $21 he was in the Jockey Challenge. He rode him a treat. That's more like the Red Excites that we know.
Yeah, mate, he needed the run the other day bad, and he only finished 3 lengths off him the other day, and his work since then has been enormous. And I said to Sween when I legged him up, I said, mate, there's a big carrot at the end of this. It's worth $50,000. Just go get him.
Yeah, $50,000 bonus for him, Neville. But you'll push ahead to the Opal now?
Oh, yeah, he's a definite starter in the Opal, you know. I mean, this is a pretty smart horse.
Yeah, well, he looked good in his 2 runs at Moonee Valley and of course in Sydney. I think the other day when he led, and I know you said he improved, but I think he was on the worst part of the track, Neville. He found the right lane today.
Oh, you're not wrong. He got home real good, mate, and he won like a good horse. You know.
He sure did. Now, how's the good mare, Karuta Queen?
Yeah, no, she's going along great guns, mate. She's a little bit better than me at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you're going all right. You've just nailed $50,000 extra for the owners, mate. Very well done.
Yeah, no, it's a nice little, bonus. Thanks, Johnny.
Well done, Neville. There you go.
First up here on the 10th of February was third of 8 behind No Risque, and has got home here by 1 1/4. 1 1/4 by a half length, the margins. 1 1/4 by a half length. 6, 8, 11, 2, 7 and 4. 6, 8, 11, 2, 7 and 4. 59.92 was the overall time. 59.92. Just awaiting that sectional. As the winner, number 6, Red Excitement, in its maiden win from 4 career starts, placed in its first run this campaign, second up here this afternoon. Red Excitement, the 2-year-old bay colt, certainly excited a few here by Excites from Red Obsession, the Red Ransom mare. Trained by Neville Leighton, ridden by Kevin Sweeney. 6, 8, 11, 2, 7 and 4 the numbers. 1 1/4 by a half were the margins. 59.92 was that overall time. 6, 8, 11, 2, 7 and 4 the numbers have been semaphored. As we just stand by for that last 600, I suspect it will be manually timed, but we'll just await for confirmation of that. And also just reiterating that late scratching 324 Van Bennekom out of the field at 324 by order of stewards after dispatching with the rider in the mounting yard and taking off back up the chute towards the tie-up stalls. So 6, 8, 11, 2, 7 and 4 the numbers over the line. Red Excitement for Neville Leight and Kevin Sweeney. Neville field a couple of runners in this event. Also had Gallic Wonder, who was ridden by Adrian Leight, and it's been Red Excitement, who was drawn out wide, allocated barrier 13 before scratchings, and has got home. That last 600, 35.45, and that is manually timed. 59.92 the overall time. 35.45 the last 600, that was manually timed. 35.45 the last 600 manually timed. 1 1/4 by a half length the margins. 6, 8, 11, 2, 7 and 4 the numbers. Race 4, the Winning Edge Presentations Lightning Ridge 2-year-old plate. Vice Chairman Howard Powell? No worries.
And to introduce the people that are actually going to do the hard work here.
Started before I could introduce him.
Cannot survive today without that Winning Edge is the sponsor of this particular race. No matter what happens in racing, if you're an owner and you're a very important stakeholder, when all the pictures fade and the DVDs are no longer playable, you go to the trophy cabinet and look at the trophy, and that endures forever. And no doubt those of you that have been in the position to receive a trophy are looking at a Winning Edge bit of memorabilia. Now, on behalf of Winning Edge, I'm going to ask Mr. Peter Phillips, who's representing the Managing Director of Winning Edge, to make the presentation. It's also particularly pleasing for the club to have the winner provided by a local horse, Queanbeyan horse, trained by Neville Leight, of course, who is the famous trainer of Karita Queen. So we're hoping he goes now onto the Black Opal and might be able to go one better. But on behalf of Winning Edge, I'd like to introduce you to Peter Phillips. Now, Peter Phillips is a known racing identity. In fact, some of you might recall that in previous committees, he was one of our committee people. And I think it's the first time, actually, in my living memory, that I've had the opportunity to reintroduce him to the racing public, and I'm asking him now to make the presentation.
Thank you very much indeed, Howard. Howard Power, Vice Chairman of Racing Canberra, members of the committee, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, connections of Red Excitement, brilliant winner of the 2-year-old 1,000-metre plate. Today's race is significant for a number of occasions. I guess first and foremost we should properly recognise the achievement of Neville Late. Neville's got a bit of an association with 2-year-old racing in the district, and Neville, I reckon, sees himself as having some unfinished business in relation to the Black Opal. So how wonderful it is to see that one of Neville's very good 2-year-olds is now particularly well credentialed for the forthcoming Black Opal. Secondly, I have to say that it gives me particular pleasure to make this presentation on behalf of my very good friend and close colleague, Mr. Alistair Hewitt, who is the Managing Director of Winning Edge Presentations. As Howard said, Winning Edge Presentations specialises in the preparation and presentation of trophies and memorabilia for the racing industry, and there's a particularly attractive example of Winning Edge's product, which I'll have great pleasure in presenting to the connections in just a few minutes. But one of the things I should say about Alistair Hewitt, which I'm not sure that a lot of people here will know, is that Alistair is a part owner of the 6-year-old gelding Unusual Suspect, which just happened to run a pretty credible 6th in last year's Melbourne Cup. Now, for people around the ACT who have an affiliation or an understanding of AFL football, it won't come as any particular surprise to notice that Unusual Suspect races in colours which are black and white, which does give some indication about Alistair Hewitt's affiliations. But enough of the South and enough of AFL football. We're here today to honour particularly the connections of Red Excitement, which was the winner of the 2-year-old plate, and it gives me very great pleasure to call upon Mr. Arthur Lang, who's the head of the syndicate which races Red Excitement, to accept this trophy from Winning Edge. Arthur.
Now, if I could just quickly interrupt, we have correct weight 6, 8, 11 and 2, betting deductions, all bets on the winner refunded, all bets on the scratching replaced in full, deductions, 1 cent to win, 2 cents to place on the winner, 1 cent on the second place runner, 2 cents on the third place runner.
And they put in a higher bid, and then we bought a percentage, so we're very lucky there. I'd like to thank the Canberra Racing Club, and I also say how important it is for owners, the Cairns bonus system. So with much ado, I usually have something to eat at the Chisholm Bakery on Monday. Perhaps I can have a meat pie off this and enjoy this win all over again. Thank you. Good on you, Arthur. Congratulations, the connections. Now, this horse has also attracted a fantastic bonus. Inglis have put on a bonus for 2-year-olds, and this particular horse, Red Excitement, qualifies for that. So together with the winning prize money, they have attracted a $50,000 bonus, and the treasurer from Inglis is here. His name is Andrew Muntz, and he's going to present the owners with a large endorsement, a cheque for 50 grand. You better grab this one.
I forgot all about it.
Thank you. Oh, I get this as well.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I might just run off with this one. Thank you. Could you take them with it? We can all do it. Absolutely. You want to get in the middle? No, that's fine. Good. Okay. Can we get in the nice? Yeah. Good photo. You're right, mate. All in?
We all in here?
No, just an English.
Double night,
You want to go?
double